Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Friday, November the 15th. The year's 2019. Let's talk trading. It's the weekly wrap up. Okay, we continued this week with the first principles of trading. And yesterday I mentioned that, the market doesn't care about you. So I hope you keep that in mind as you're trading. And the other thing, of course, you have to have your risk management in place, your stop loss, because you don't ever want to lose more than what you're willing to lose on any given trade. In fact, there was a trader that sent an email my way showing he's really working with the wick zones because I believe he can see that the wick zones can be profitable, but he showed me his screen and it's like he got stopped out on most of the trades. And, you know, he, I guess he ignored my advice about trading one pair because he must have traded about a dozen pairs or so. So, it's just, the whole thing about trading one pair is if you're on top of one pair, then unless it happens while you're sleeping, you're not going to miss those opportunities. Okay, it's Friday and we have three gaps that haven't filled. And that happens sometime. Normally they all fill, but this week we've got three that didn't. Now, if you take a look at the dollar yen, you can see here high to close, close to low. You got a range of 105 or 105 pips a week. I mean, that's really not that much. But you notice we are 55 pips off of that low. So anybody trading the weekly rat zone, which is actually the weekly is the same as the daily on that day where the weekly low is put in, you can see that you were rewarded with some pips. Okay, only 86 pips below the yearly open. And you can see here, we're getting closer and closer to that yearly open. For the week, we're down 41 pips, but for the month, we're up 77 right now. Something I showed you guys this week that I said it was going to be really interesting. And you notice on the Monday, or actually, this is the month, the first day of the month, we broke out. And then on Monday, right here, we put in that weekly opening range here. And then you see on Tuesday it broke out to the high, but on Wednesday it dropped all the way down to the low, back into the first day of the month's range, which it then exited and came all the way back into the first day of the year's range. So anybody trading these horizontal lines was rewarded. But remember, boys and girls, fellow traders, these videos are for educational purposes only, and your results may differ vastly from mine. And as we all know, trading is very, very, very risky. You can lose your money. And because of that, if you need financial guidance or advice, you should seek it from an accredited financial professional. That way, when you lose your money because you took their advice, you know you got the advice from an accredited financial professional rather than somebody you stumbled across or listened to on a YouTube video or some other internet resource. So there you have it. Disclaimer out of the way. Oh, the week. And here we go again. You can see right here what happened. We went down. There's the weekly open. And then we went above it, went below it, got another opportunity here, and that weekly short zone, price entered it here a couple days ago, and then continued south. Inside bars, really interesting. I gave you the heads up yesterday that price was inside that monthly inside bar that happened 2 months ago. So you see here that nice thick line. Here's the monthly inside bar low. There's the monthly inside bar high. And as you can see, we opened there, we crossed it, and then we went up. Good for 31 pips at the moment. We barely broke through that inside bar low here on the weekly, right there. So if you went short, okay, maybe you got your fingers burned a bit, but trading off of that inside bar high, you're up 30 pips at the moment. And there was lots of inside bar trades happening this week. Okay, the range today looks like the traders are taking a day off. There's just no range to be seen here. Nobody over 100. That's a pretty rare occurrence. And if you look here, notice today's bar so far looks like it's going to be an inside bar. We could break the high, yesterday's high, but so far no good. Also, notice any of you buzzard reversal traders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red candles in a row on the daily, looking for that buzzard reversal, finally got it. And a buzzard reversal, for those who don't know, based on statistics, 3 or more of the same candle color in a row, start to look for a reversal. So right here after 3, you look for a reversal. There's a nice profit here. 1, 2, 3 green, look for a reversal. 1, 2, 3 red, nice reversal there. It's just something, once again, using statistics. Nothing esoteric. You don't even need an indicator. If you can count to 3, you can see it. Here's that. The daily H1 highest open, just put in last hour. You can see there was a tiny pullback, and price right now is just waffling right here. It's 1 o'clock New York time, so traders are probably getting ready to go to Martha's Vineyard for the weekend, right? And here we go. Pivot point was right there in the buy zone, no real bias. And price was below the weekly open, but if you took the buy zone trade, you were rewarded to the upside. Still missed that pivot. Right now we're 9 pips away from it. We got close, but not quite. Rats, red rats, looking like you've got an opportunity to trade finally. Right here, there's a nice little red rat reversal. Green candle closes, red candle closes. You take the short here at the low of this candle, and right now you'd be up a couple of pips. The pivot, remember when we started the week, I said, let's see if we hit that weekly pivot. Well, we hit it. Then we also hit weekly support 1 right there. Nice reversal. Hit the pivot today and has moved up. So you pivot traders, once again, rewarded. Took out today's pivot. Almost took out the other one so far. 2 missed pivots this month, 1 from last month, 1 from September. And just remember, pivot traders, it doesn't have to hit the pivot for you to be profitable. Price action traders, remember, price doesn't like staying in the line. There's a 1 ball at the bottom, green at the line, 3 ball at the top, pro trade short at the line. Okay, looking for shorts. Wick zone traders, in and out, in and out. Simple. Okay, I know there was a trader really wants to look at these indicators here. So here it is once again. 2 instances of the range gauge, 2 instances of the ATR lines. And we've got the ATR for the day, and then the ATR range here for the week. And so you can see weekly open, price came down, actually got to that halfway point here, almost hit the ATR, but the average range is 142, but we only put in 105. So it's a below average week. But that being said, that's why we looked to see if we can at least get to the half of an ATR one way or the other. Because remember, traders, price ranges, and it ranges away from the open. So that's how you get the range. You get the high when it goes this way, you get the low when it goes this way. So if it's going to range, and chances are it's going to range at least half its average range or half its average true range, that's why you look for these targets at the halfway point on the week. So here's the halfway to the north, here's the halfway to the south, and to repeat myself, you see it came here, actually exceeded, but didn't quite. So this is where you look to take profit. If you were short, somewhere here, expect a reversal. And so it, say you took some profit here when it hit the first one, maybe you took some more profit here when it hit the second one. Either you took it when it was going down, or you let it go and it came back, and then you cut your you took profit here because price started to reverse. Of course, you could play the wick zone trades and just see right here there's a turn trade at the bottom. Just take your money off the table. So, that's the thing about trading. These methods, you can put different pieces together how you see them. You can use the wick zones with the buy zone or with the rat zone. You can, have building blocks. But the fact of the matter is, when it gets down to the fundamentals, you just want to see something that tells you, hey, price is either going your way or price is going against you. And that's, pretty simple. But you know how many people like to make trading difficult. Now, I'm going to show you something I saw yesterday, which was kind of interesting. I was looking at the H4 chart, and actually it was just a plain chart, didn't even have any lines or indicators on it, just a bare chart. And what I noticed was something really I saw interesting on these H4 charts was that if you look, there was a lot of times where at the H4 candle, if you had a red candle close and then you had this green candle, it usually exceeded the wick zone, came back up through. And so what I did was, it was about an hour before the market, the rollover, the end of one day and on to the next. And I noticed how price was really at the extremes. I think it was right here yesterday. And let me think, let's see. Yeah, somewhere around, where was it? 11. No, I guess it was, yeah, right around here. Yeah, because this was right here as it was closing. And I noticed this formation, and I thought, I could buy some yen and get the rollover, and then maybe we'll get a reversal back up. So I did that. But then I had my swap chart up where it showed all the swap rates. And so I said, okay, let me look at all the long pairs. And there was a couple New Zealand pairs down here. And I forget. I think I must have probably put up about, I don't know, 8 or 9 pairs, some of which, like what CAD, CHF, I never trade that pair. But I took my chances, and then I had to do some stuff around the ranch. So I left the trades open. I came back a couple hours, and a few of them were up like 10 or 12 pips. So I just stuck on a 5-pip trailer. And the results were pretty interesting. And then as the trades were going into profit, because only one hit the stop loss, I had the pound dollar short, because on the swap, if you are short the pound, it pays off. And actually, let me see here. Where is the pound? I mean, maybe I can show it to you real quick here. It was right around here, but it never gave me an opportunity when I shorted it to make any money, so I got stopped out. But it worked overall. So it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. Have a good weekend and come back to drain the banks.